Hi there, welcome to the IELTS Breakthrough YouTube channel. In this video, I want to give you an explainer for the whole writing section. Now, there are videos that explain the individual tasks in the writing section for academic version of IELTS, but this video, let's look at the whole writing section. This is a good place to start if you are going to take the IELTS test and you're not really sure what the test is about and what you are required to do. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the academic version of IELTS. So, of course, this is going to be really useful for any of you who are going to take the IELTS Academic in 2025. Keep watching and you will know exactly what happens in the writing section, which is probably one of the most important sections of IELTS. And please stay to the end because I've got some important, useful tips that you need to know in order to perform well in writing. So, thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new to the IELTS Breakthrough channel, this is a YouTube channel that focuses on helping you get a high score in IELTS so that you can study at an international university or progress in your career. IELTS Breakthrough has videos, tips, strategies, tutorials for anyone who is taking the IELTS Academic, IELTS General Training and IELTS Life Skills. Why don't you just sign up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and also ask questions in the comments section because I'm here to help you prepare and do well in IELTS. So let's talk about the writing section of the academic version of IELTS. Now, the first thing to note is that there are two ways you can do this test. You can do this on the computer-based IELTS, or you can choose the paper-based IELTS. If you choose the computer-based IELTS, of course you're going to be writing your answer using a keyboard, so you'll be typing your answer through the software interface that the test center gives you. However, if you want to handwrite your answer, that's possible too. Make sure that you select the paper-based option when you apply for the test. And by doing the paper-based test, then you can actually write your answer the good old-fashioned way using a pen or pencil and lined paper as your examination booklet. Please note that the questions are exactly the same, or at least the topic may be different, but the format, the structure, the requirements of the question for the computer or the paper-based test will be exactly the same. There is really no difference. The writing section will last 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, and the timing is strictly controlled by the invigilator. The invigilator will give you some time warnings. These will be when there are 40 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, and 5 minutes to go. However, you should also be prepared to note down the timing points yourself and have your own personal timing system for when you finish the writing tasks. I'll explain this in a second. The writing test consists of two different tasks. We call them Task 1 and Task 2. Let's look at Task 1 first. So the question for Task 1 is all about describing visual information. IELTS suggests that you spend 20 minutes on this task and write 150 words. Now, be careful with these instructions because they are guidelines. And in fact, if you watch some of my other videos about Task 1, I do tell you to spend a little bit more time, 25 or 30 minutes on Task 1, and also write a few extra words. 150 words is the minimum. You should be looking at writing 250 words for your Task 1 answer. That is if you want to get a really good score. As I said, Task 1 is all about describing visual information, and the visual information will be presented to you in the form of charts. There are 4 common chart types you can expect. That is a line graph, a bar chart, a pie chart, and a table. These 4 types make up about 85% of the Task 1 question. Now, the other 15% of questions, that is 15%, will be either explaining some kind of process or procedure that is presented as a diagram, or it will be a map where you have a map of the same place at 2 different points in time. And then we have the second task. Now, task 2 is 40 minutes long, and you should write about 250 words. Once again, I have some advice on this. Actually, my advice is to spend a little bit less than 40 minutes writing it, and once again, try and write more than 250 words. You should be looking at 300 plus words if you want to get a good score in Task 2. Now, the Task 2 question is an essay question. In an essay question, you are given a topic or an issue, and then you have some writing instructions. What you need to do when you write your essay is you need to explore the ideas that are relevant to the issue, and also, very importantly, to give your opinion on that issue. There are many different topics that you can expect in Task 2, ranging from sports, education, and all sorts of other things. Note that I do have a more detailed explainer specifically on Task 2, so make sure that you watch that, and I'll put a card in this video that you can watch it after this one. So that's what happens in the writing section with Task 1 and Task 2. Let me just give you a few important tips that you need to consider in order to get a strong score. I would say that perhaps the most important thing is to make sure that both your answers are organized clearly. This means that you need to divide your answer into separate paragraphs where one paragraph focuses on one main idea. Another tip is to make sure that you really understand the question properly. In Task 1, you want to pay attention to the description of the graph, analyze the chart carefully, and make sure that you can see all of the trends, the ups and the downs, and what is the same, what is different. When it comes to Task 2, the essay, read the issue or the problem that is described and underline the key words. Pay attention to those key words when you are writing your answer. And one more tip is to keep it simple, sweetheart. Yes, keep your writing nice and clear and simple. You do not really need to write some kind of literary masterpiece or anything to get a high score. The main thing to do is to communicate clearly to your reader, that is the examiner. If you communicate clearly, you will be well on your way to a good score. And then one final tip is to make sure that you do some practice. If you go into the test and try and tackle a task 1 and task 2 first time without any practice, of course, you're not going to meet your full potential. I recommend doing about 5 task 1 questions and 5 task 2 questions before you actually enter the real test. So there we have it. That is what the writing section in IELTS Academic is all about. Let me know if you have any questions. Have you taken the writing section before? How did you do? What difficulties do you have in writing for IELTS? And of course, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I do read all of the comments and it's great to hear from you. And remember, if you want to find out more about task 1 and task 2, there are specific explainers that focus only on each task. And you should also take a look at those explainer videos as well. Thank you very much and have a fantastic day, week, afternoon, morning, whatever you are doing. I'll see you in the next video.